This is Higher Maths, it's Unit 3 NAB practice. What we have here in outcome 3, we have 3 questions, question 8, 9 and 10, and there's 9 marks to be gained, and we need 6 of them to pass this outcome. Right, let's get started. We'll go for question 8 first of all. So question 8, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to simplify, and we've got 2 logs here. They've got the same base A. So I know that I can use the addition law here, which is gathering the logs under the same base, and all I'll do is, if they're adding, what we'll do is we'll multiply the logs together. So I'll simplify that through just by doing that multiplication, which should give me 200. So that's the first question complete. Next question, we're going to try and simplify this expression here that we have with 2 logs, and there's a couple of ways that we can do this, but I'll show you one of the ways here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the power law, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 6 from there and I'm going to put it up to the power for the 2 that's there. So I've got log, it's the base 2, I've got the 2 sitting there with the power 6 now. I'll do the same with the second one. So the log is a base 2, I've got the 4, and I'll bring that up to the top there, so that's a power. So that's using the power law. From there what I'll do is I'm just going to work out this part here, I'm just going to evaluate that. So what I've got there is I've got log, and that's going to be 2 to the power 6 will give me 64. So I've got log 64 and it's to base 2, and subtracting that one there, so what I've got is a base 2 there, and 4 to the power of 3 is going to be 64 as well. Right, so the next part that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the subtraction law. When I'm subtracting logs, I've got the same base. What I can do is I can put them together under one log, and what I'll do is I'll divide. So I've got 64 all over 64 there. Okay. What I'll do is then I'll just simplify that down. Okay, so I've got log 1 to the base, and it's a base 2. And from there, what I'll do is I'll use the other law that tells me that if I've got a 1 to any base, a log of 1 to any base, what that'll be is that's equal to 0. Right, let's look at the marking for these ones here. So the first mark here I've got is for this mark here. So that's just 1 mark straight for that question there. I'll take 1 mark for the power law use. I'll take 1 mark for the subtraction law. I'll take 1 mark for simplifying through, and 1 mark for knowing that log 1 to any base is going to be equal to 0. Okay, so this question here in total, out of 5 marks. Right, let's go on to question number 9. So question 9, what we have is we've got solve e to the power of x is equal to 3.1. Right, so first thing that I'm going to think about there is I'm going to change that. I'm going to convert it from the exponential form into log form to allow me to solve this equation. So what I'm going to go for is x is going to be equal to, I'm going to write it as log to the base e, okay, and what we've got is 3.1 sitting there. Now what I'll do is just into my calculator. In my calculator what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the LN button. Okay, so the LN button is really just the log base e, or the natural log. So let's go for that. So I'll go for LN, and it's 3.1, and the answer I've got there is 1.1314, and so on. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just round that number there, round it to, I'll just go for 3 decimal places. Okay, and that would be my solution for that one there. Right, okay, so next question, question 10. What I've got is I've got a log question here to solve. So what I'll do is the opposite of what I did up above. Instead of changing it to log form, I'm going to change the log form to exponential form. So let's go ahead and do that. So it's just the reverse of what I did up above. So x plus 2 is going to be equal to, so this base here is 3 to the power of 5, and 3 to the power of 5, I'll just work out. So 3 to the power of 5 is going to be 243. And from there, what I can do is I can bring that 2 over, so x is going to be 243, subtracting 2, and what I've got there is x is equal to 241. Okay, so let's see the marking on this part of the question. So question 9, what I'll get is I'll get 1 mark for this simplification here, okay, for the conversion from exponential form to log form. I can either get it for that or that there. And final mark for getting this one here. And it must be to at least 1 decimal place. So that's 2 marks. For this one here, first mark for converting from log form to the exponential form, which is this mark here, and the final mark for getting this answer here. Okay, so question 9 out of 2, and question 10 also out of 2. So what we've got there is a total of 9 marks. You need 6 to pass this outcome. So good luck.